I'm just gonna get straight to this message. So again, sometimes I unplug from social media, even though I am on social media every day, if that makes sense. But there's a lot of stories I honestly don't pay attention to because I understand that there's nothing more than distractions after distractions after another distraction after another distraction. But I'm going to speak about a few things and name names. This video, I normally really try not to focus on like everything that's going on social media, but I keep hearing this Drake and Kendrick Lamar rap beef or whatever. It's like every time I turn around, and I haven't even looked into the story. I haven't even heard actually no music or anything from any of them, because I'm hearing that it's supposed to be some rap beef and battle or whatever between the two. And I'm hearing other rappers getting into it and this beef and that beef. It's nothing but a distraction. Now they saying that one of Drake's bodyguards, whoa, bird, goodness. Excuse me, that bird like it almost flew in my face. Jeez. See, distractions. But well, yeah, and it's like, to me, and that nice neighborhood with all those security, gated communities, it's like, how can something like that even happen? But anyways, people need to understand and realize when it's always stories. Everything is literally about money. Whether it's true or false, this system runs off of money. If you can get money and distract people and do certain things all at once, then that's killing two birds with one stone. So again, I'm not really gonna speak too much about this because I haven't even did my due diligence to even look at this beef in the game and all these different people. Nothing but distractions. Once people start to understand, I can get deep into it. It also shows how they keep certain individuals, going against each other. It's a bigger plot to that. It's part of the divide and conquer type of deal. Like, people can't get along. Everybody got to argue, beef, and fight. And the reality is not like that. There's a lot of people that's just trying to survive and trying to do certain things. And maybe there are certain people that want to reach, stardom and fame and all of that. And a lot of times they sell their souls for these positions, so they have to carry out, these roles, but I'm not even gonna dive too deep into that specific situation or scenario. They were speaking about Jamie Foxx. They were speaking about all these different celebrities. Especially, it seemed like the melanated ones, they tend to focus on more than anybody in a negative light as well, with the scandals and all this different stuff. You got to understand that all of this stuff has been infiltrated. That's why they say, believe half of what you see and none of what you hear. Because you never know when it's a strip being, played. Just like with that what's that whole Black Lives Matter? I like that stuff. Like, come on, man. Propaganda. People destroying their own businesses and all type of stuff in the name of that stuff. People doing money scams and everything else. There's so many different just BS, man, that's on television, on the news. And again, yes, we know that there are real situations happening. People getting hurt and, certain situations. Yeah, it's true. But a lot of these situations are created, just like with the jobs and all this different stuff. If you bring in different groups of people somewhere, and you haven't even fixed the problem that exists already. All you're doing is creating more problems. There's not it, it's not a coincidence that you got all these different issues going on, race issues. It ain't just black and white. This group don't like that group, or certain people come to the country and get all of these benefits and all that. That makes not only one group feel some kind of way, that makes multiple groups feel some type of way. So you got to understand that the way they playing the game, you know, it shows you out of all all these things that goes on around the world, it shows you that these problems could be fixed, but they don't want to fix these problems. Look at the big drug epidemic, Philadelphia, all these different places, man. Zombie land. They sticking rigs in their arms, and the streets is trash, and just, come on, man. So all these people talking about greatness and all of this and all these patriotic people, you know, if you care about your country like you say, won't you help clean it up? Why don't you try to see what's going on in these situations where you can all come together? If you really cared about these situations, if you really cared about crime, if you really cared about homelessness, you know, a lot of these people only patriotic and happy when they're benefiting off of things, when they don't have to worry about hunger, when they don't have to worry about dangers in the neighborhoods which they occupy. So all of this is a united front. They're fronting like they care about certain things, and they don't care about nothing but themselves. And who am I speaking of? Anybody that have a selfish mentality. Because let's be honest, as long as they're eating and being full, they don't care about if the rest of the world starves. As long as they got good water to drink, they don't care if you drinking contaminated water. You know what I mean? It's really like that. So I don't see it like the way they trying to paint these pictures about these neighborhoods and these certain individuals, calling them thugs and calling them this and that. A lot of those situations could be fixed if there were more opportunities, you know, more self-care, self-awareness, you know, and people stop looking up to these people that you call gangsters and all these rappers and all these different things. There's nothing wrong with being influenced by certain things, but if it's negative, if the message is negative, you cursing, speaking down on women in certain aspects, or you know, poisoning your own community, or poisoning, you know, communities in general, like, that's not nothing people should be looking up to. Because the reality, people are looking up to people that don't even know how to invest their money correctly. And behind closed doors, they probably do know how to invest their money correctly and own businesses, etc. Why they're telling you to go buy a bunch of shoes, Gucci outfits, and Yeezys, and whatever all them high price designer stuff is. That's bad investments. But yet, when these people sign these contracts, they have to really be guinea pigs. They have to talk about certain things. You know, they don't want them people speaking about political things, because the reality of it, they don't want things to change. And I just see so much with these distractions about these celebrities that come around and they're promoting this and promoting that. Look how many of those people have all this money. Just think about it, right? It's your money, you know, do whatever you want to do with it, right? Nobody's telling you what you should do with your money. You worked hard, you went to school, or whatever trade you did, or maybe you don't have a trade, maybe you just have a natural talent, sing, or do whatever it is, act, you know, and you become a millionaire. Like, there's so many people that's claiming to care about people and homelessness and all of this, but all of these people together, all of these wealthy people, Like they could make big changes. But you don't see that happening. You see so many of these people say, oh, I came out this neighborhood, and it still looks the same. They might got a restaurant there. They might have put up a park, maybe. Or they passing out turkeys every Thanksgiving or something. But the neighborhoods are still high crime. The people are still hurting each other. The people are still poor. You know, but shout out to the ones that are making a difference, because it's a few and they don't talk about those people. Some people televise it, some don't, but shout out to them. And you know who you are if you're a part of those people. You know, all these distractions, you know, that's the reason why I don't pay attention to a lot of the celebrities, because I really feel like most of them are actors and actresses, like I've said many times. And if they're sacrificing people or this and that, man, it do seem like a lot of weird things are going on behind the scenes with these celebrities and these people that's making certain amounts of money. So that's why when it come down to this rap stuff and all of this, especially with those individuals and even the ones that may be taking each other out, it's always something deeper going on. You know, you selling your soul for fame and fortune, but the devil comes to collect. The devil wants your loved ones. The devil wants, you know, give you the desires that you want, but it comes with a price. The closest people to you, all kind of different things. That's why if you really pay attention, especially the melanated celebrities, the majority of them has been through so much tragic stuff, or lost their sons, daughters, etc., man. Or they just grow up different or something, man. And I was just speaking about this. I just dropped a video because, and I'm dropping names a little bit, just like Jaden Smith and all these, the Austin twins. A lot of these people that grew up in the spotlight as kids, they really seem like their mind is all screwed up. All kind of abuse allegedly has been going on. Orlando Brown, look at him. He was on That's So Raven and all these other little shows, and now it's like his mental is all messed up. I'm gonna walk off for a bit because these people stopping in my face and I don't really like it. But yeah, I feel like I be having to hurry up and drop a video, especially when I'm outside, because, you know, whatever, people could do what they want, they could stop, look around, but, you know, it kind of distract me off of the message I'm trying to send. But anyway, I'm gonna get back to it. Just notice, man, it's really a big, what word I'm looking for? I don't know, man. It just seemed like they grow up and it's like they mental is all screwed up. You know, they don't think normal, they don't act normal. And we understand that they're not normal because they've been child stars. But it seemed like they're having mental health breakdowns. Britney Spears. I mean, you can go on and on. R.I.P. to Amy Winehouse, whatever, if I'm pronouncing it right. And they making a movie about her. But again, I'll have to end this video quick because here come the monitoring spirits. You know, they always around, demons or whatever you want to label them. Every time they see somebody doing something, they got to just know what you're doing, or they got to stop by you or look your way. So that's what's going on right now. But yeah, you got to have discernment, man. You really got to have true discernment, because this whole planet have been infiltrated. You know what I'm saying? And these people that's actors and actresses, we don't really know who they are. You know what I'm saying? That's the reality of it. We don't know who they are. If they acting, they can act like anything. They can act like they married and not be married. And I'm just naming names today, like DC Young Fly. You know, for anybody that may know these people, like with the situation with Jackie or something. She allegedly passed, but he laughing and joking at the funeral, and I get it, people mourn differently, but it just seemed like a game. Like, we don't know if it's real or false. So if I gotta really think in my mind if a situation is real or false, then I just don't pay attention to it. That's just like trying to figure out if that's a real woman or not. You know, I ain't gonna get deeper than that. What's understood don't need to be explained. If you gotta sit there and think about stuff, then it might not be for you. And it's just true, man. It's like we don't know what's going on in this world. And this really is a spiritual battle. It is. It's true. You know, it's just manifesting in the physical. You know, like these weird gang stalkers. I try my best not to talk about them. That's what I can label them is gang stalkers, because they monitor all the time. And again, for the anointed ones, for the ones that really, that's why I keep saying them ones a lot, because there are people that can see through all these smoke and mirrors. There's people that is not going to sell their souls, man, and those the ones that seem to suffer the most. Don't ask me why is that. You know, it was already written. You know, you got to go through something to get to where you going. You know, you got to earn your stripes. Just like if you in the military or anything, it's the same concept in the spiritual realm. You have to put in work and prove yourself to be a guy. You have to put in work to prove yourself that you can stand alone through all this diversity, through all these trials, through all of the gossip, through all of the ridiculing, the disrespect, the judging, the people that's laughing in your face like, ha, 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 we did this, we done this, and there's nothing you could do about it. And you just look at them and realize they're just lower entities. They're not worth the time or the effort to even be putting energy into those type of empty vessels, because that's what they are. You know, they come in all shapes and colors. You know, this ain't just a white and black thing. And like I said, these people, they just monitors. People think that the earth belongs to them, and they just sadly mistaken. And that's for anybody that thinks like that. And notice how when I'm making this content, a lot of times I don't say my channel. Because if it was mine, then I should be able to say what I want. I should be able to control it like I want to. No, we all know there's rules to anything or any of these social medias. You say the wrong thing or somebody don't like or whatever, and then you're getting shadow banned or, you know, all type of weird stuff. But yet you can see all type of stuff on YouTube. You can see people's bodies. You can see all kind of stuff. You can still access of these deceased rappers and all of these guys. But all those videos are still up. But you get to talking about some real life situation or saying something with some medicine or anything, just your opinion, you are more likely to get some strikes or whatever else. And that should tell you something anyways. That should tell you something. If you can access people being taken out and all these sick, heinous videos that still exist throughout YouTube, and they still have that stuff up, Bond laid out, all these rappers laid out, getting covered up, you can still access all this stuff. And it's pretty sickening. But yet you gotta watch what you say, and you just speaking of regular knowledge, trying to talk to the people that's going through things. Just like you are. Because you're really just talking to people that can relate to you. You know? The content is for everybody if you want to look at it or whatever, but if you're not a supporter, if you're not doing nothing but watching the video, okay, cool. That's a view. But if you're here just watching and you don't have a purpose, then you are a hater. That's just, you either a hater or you have some type of motive. You know, because people will go out their way to try to sabotage something that you're working on. You know, or watch you at every moment because they know you're about to blow. You're about to blow up. That's the reason why a lot of these people be around. They trying to stop you from reaching your goals. That's why I say they have to send the high-ranking demons, and even them, they flee when they're around the real ones. That's why I call them demons, because we're in a world full of spirits, as spirits. Because you got to understand, we're spirits first, before we are flesh. So it's deep. When things are jumping in, when demons, disagreeable beings are jumping into hosting bodies. And you wonder why certain people do these heinous crimes and then some of them can't even remember what they did. A lot of us may open ourselves up to be attacked by certain entities to host our bodies and not knowing. A lot of it comes through the drinking. That's why they call it souls or spirits. Whether you smoking, certain things, you can look at it as being the same. The indigenous people looked at it that way. Even some of the people from Europe and different places. So it's definitely way deeper. It's way deeper. Why you think people get to drinking alcohol, then they turn into a whole nother person? They drinking and driving, getting into crashes, all kind of crazy stuff. You would think they would limit how much alcohol you could get or take certain steps where maybe you could prevent it. I've seen in stores where guys are totally drunk. They probably got knots on their head. They probably fell. And they still going to the liquor stores and them people will sell them liquor. And probably take advantage of them because they so drunk. This is what this world is about. This is what these disagreeable beings are about. They're about self. They're about money. They're about, selling. Golly. They're about selling, selling their souls. They've already sold their souls, and a lot of them don't even have souls to sell. Just like right now, as I'm speaking, I have to walk off because there's two people sitting right there on the trail. It's two people sitting over there. It's two people sitting over there being nosy. And that's another reason why I jump into topics, because a lot of times I like to be outside. But if I turn this whole camera around, it's people just sitting there and got nothing else to do. If you are on a trail, why do you have to stop where I'm at? This is a big area. Because some of them is probably subscribed to this channel. Some of them probably not. I don't know, man. It's just weird when you got these monitoring nosy individuals. But I just kill them softly with kindness, man. You can watch greatness, man. And if anyone feel like they're going to stop me or stop the real ones on here, they got another thing coming. So they can sit there and watch or do whatever they need to do, long as they stay their distance. And I'm going to tell you too, man, I'm a really cool person. But living this life and having these experiences and being around these people has made me a little bitter towards people. It made me really not like too many individuals. And it ain't have nothing to do with no color. It ain't have nothing to do with me just not being a people person. It has something to do with the BS of life. And I don't think I have to get deep into that, because we all go through certain things, man. We all face problems. We all face, hurt and pain. You know what I'm saying? But I get sick of these people in my face, man. It's a big irritation, though. Like, where I got my stuff at is like 3 people sitting there. That's why I just walked by. It's like, why aren't y'all enjoying this nice day? They got a whole river. They can go all across this thing, but they just standing right there by me. Just standing there, man. And it irritates me, because it's like, what are you doing? But I'm not going to let them stop me from dropping the content, because I think, too, they be trying to be in your face and be nosy or trying to distract you or something. I don't got to say what I am. If you watch my story and sing, the ancestors and, those real ones, angelic beings, God do not play about me. And I say that confidently, and that's the way I feel and believe. Yeah, I made mistakes. I probably did things in my life. I'm not perfect. But my heart is pure. You know what I'm saying? I don't hate anybody. But I truly dislike these disagreeable beings, and they know who they are. I just simply put a little tails out. You know what I'm saying? I just put a glimpse of my life. I just show how public service be in a person's face. And got thousands of views. And it seemed like, it paused after a while or whatever. I just gave you a short things of what people like me go through. And it ain't all just about race It's about having an anointment on you, you know? And once you have that, these blood-sucking demons, these energy vampires, they're so relentless, man. It's like, it's so irritating, but it really takes a lot to try to avoid these people. Because even now, like, I'm doing this video and they still just sitting there. Like, I don't understand. But that goes to show you, I must be doing something right. If I got your attention and it ain't just a mask. Even if I had a mask on, if I'm over in a whole secluded area, you know what I'm saying? It's not secluded, it's open, but like I said, it's free country, right? So they say you can do whatever you want. But why, out of all of this field, out of all of this space, out of all of these different benches, out of all of this, you have to be sitting right by me, directly right by me as I'm making the video? And that's what I be talking about. Like, they just rude, you know what I'm saying? They're disrespectful. You don't have to say nothing, but it's like, don't you have a life? It's a whole river. Don't you want to, whatever you do, canoe or walk your dog, go play, you know, volleyball. I mean, there's so many things you could do. And they've been standing there for like 30 minutes. But I ain't gonna drag this video on too much longer. But yeah, them the gang stalkers, and some of them probably more than likely on this channel, whether they subscribed or not. But they're part of the problem. That's what's wrong with the world. You know, people like them, individuals like them. And that's why it'll always be trouble and always pain and always suffering when you're dealing with them type of entities. Because they nosy, for one. They don't know how to mind their business for nothing in the world. Like, they got all this freedom, right? They got all this privilege, and they can do whatever they want, but yet they want to be in your face. It's like, that's why I say, if I be able to save up sometime soon, I'm telling you, man, I'm gonna really get that body cam type of thing so the gang stalkers know. Because they gonna slip up and do what they doing anyway. Because I want to turn this camera around and show you the area where I'm sitting and see how these three individuals is just right there out of this whole big space. They pick a spot to talk right by me. And it happens all the fucking time. Excuse my language. It get to a point where it's irritating because there's so many places to sit. There's so many areas that they could go and do whatever it is that they do. But anyway, I ain't gonna get too much light to them, and they still standing over there. But yeah, it's real life, man. Like, this is spiritual warfare for real. And I label this because that's what the labels are. That's what they say, spiritual. You know? And it's real. You have to have discernment, man. You have to, because the enemy is real, and the enemy comes in all type of shapes too. If you don't believe in shapeshifters and all that different stuff, then you don't have to believe it. But I believe that it comes in all type of different forms. You're being monitored all type of different ways. They already have all this high technology too. But I'm continuing this video because I feel like somebody trying to stop me from making a video, and I don't like to feel that way. When I feel like somebody trying to stop me from doing something, it makes me work harder at it, and it should make you too. But anyway, I'm gonna end the video. Battery life getting low. And yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. I just wanted to talk to the people, man, and just let you know, let you know things you probably already know. But sometimes you need a reminder. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just celebrities, but there's the bigger ones that people idol. So that's why I speak about them, and it's many other names, as we know. You know, so don't be derailed from your purpose in life from as many distractions. You know, so yeah, I'm gonna end the video, man. Like, comment, and subscribe, share. You know, the saga continues. You know, I'm out, tripping.